Grifball.
Alright, so we got David Ellis here from 343. He's going to fill us in on some top secret information that's been shared with absolutely nobody else ever about everything 343 is going to be doing in the future.
I have to ask you to turn that camera off because I can only share it with you, not anyone at home. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, we just got done playing some multiplayer for the new Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition. And really great maps. I love all the recreations from Halo CE and Halo 2. My first main question, though, is what's Forge going to look like with these new maps?
So we talked a little bit, I wrote a little piece in the Halo Bulletin a couple weeks ago talking about each one of these maps, the multiplayer maps, will come with two variants that people will be able to experience. One will replicate the feel and flow of the maps, so Beaver Creek will look and play and feel as close as we can get to Beaver Creek, get a new game engine and everything like that. But there's also going to be a new version with new play spaces that weren't in the original map. So for example, Beaver Creek now becomes Battle Canyon. It really takes advantage of some of the new armor abilities like Sprint, Jetpack, things like that, to kind of allow players more options in moving through the space. And that's just one of them. Every single one of the multiplayer maps are going to launch with the different variants, and all the pieces that are in these variants will be new Forge pieces that you're going to use to kind of shape the classic multiplayer maps as you see them.
How is it going to be packaged together, the multiplayer component with the campaign? For example, if you have only the CE Anniversary Edition and you don't have Reach, will we still be able to forge these maps?
Yes. Yes. Every part of the Reach multiplayer package, whether it's Forge, Theater, screenshots, file share, credits, customizing your Spartan, will be available in Halo Combat Evolved.
Oh, great. Okay. Does that also mean that if you play the campaign, you might be able to go into theater mode and see all the cool moves Chief does there?
So, because they are completely different engines, and because of the technical requirements, we're not unfortunately able to offer theater mode. And so some of the features that have been overhead in the spirit of keeping it as pure as possible, using that original Halo 1 code, we haven't been able to add that, unfortunately, this time around. One of the things we have been able to add, however, is, of course, two-player online co-op, first time in Halo 1. So you'll be able to play it in an all-new way, both graphically, being able to play with a friend, not just on your couch, but also across the country.
Oh, great. So on the East Coast, West Coast, get on together.
Should work perfect.
Go through all the Halo CE campaign
maybe
levels.
flip some more hogs together.
Yep. Do tower to tower.
If you got the time.
Yes. Another thing I wanted to ask about is, I'm guessing the biggest map that we saw was Timberland, which is a remake from a map that was on the PC edition.
Yep, first time you're being able to play on the console.
How forgeable do you think that map is for wide open spaces that might be able to include, like, say, a Grifball port? In your random opinion,
what
do you think?
I think you would have trouble building a Grifball port in that space. There are some items that we haven't talked about with that specific map that allows some extra customization with Forge. But to the extent that whether you be able to build a Grifball port, we haven't done it yet internally. But hopefully after it launches, you guys will be able to whip something up fairly quickly and start playing.
Well, let's see what we can do. I noticed some of the maps also had gravity hammers, so I'm guessing the weapons placement on these maps isn't a direct parallel to what they appeared in Halo 1 and Halo 2.
Right, so if you play the original version of the map with if you're playing an anniversary variant, which will come in the hoppers in early October, but actually more specifically when the game launches in November, the weapon placements will be identical to the original maps, but if you're playing one of the Reach game types on the map, the weapon placements will be different. So, for example, adding a gravity hammer to Beaver Creek, for example, if you're playing in Battle Canyon, it just kind of changes things up, so it allows while you have an air of familiarity, you also still have the opportunity to get surprised by what's on the map.
Cool. Yeah, we were pretty surprised turning a corner. I was like, oh, I didn't expect to find a gravity hammer here.
Like hacksaws.
Yeah, that's when Goose and I actually started winning in the game. So we pick up one of those.
Beaver Creek, especially if you got that hammer and you're inside one of the bases, you can do some damage. Yep.
So, what do you think about Grifball's viability in the future for Halo games, perhaps beyond Reach? I don't know how much you can share about that, but if you have any hints at all you can give to the Grifball community of what we might be seeing come, say, in 2012.
Well, I can't get into any kind of specifics because I get fired and I like my job very much. But I think if anything you can take apart from this evening, here you guys check out some stuff here at Halo Fest, but also this entire weekend, is that one of the things that we try to do here at 343 is we're kind of starting, kind of taking over the reins of the franchise. Is that we come from a place of humility, is that we know it's a huge responsibility taking over the franchise. There are millions of people who've dedicated now at this point a decade of their lives to this franchise, this universe, these characters, and the gameplay experiences. And over the years, people have been able to shape a new gameplay experience. For example, Grifball was something that didn't exist before Halo 3, but being able to shape that. And so we're huge supporters internally of being able to support the tools for the community and create experiences they enjoy.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you so much.